Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today, guys, several things to discuss. We will go from Bruno Fernandes to Antoine Semenyo, but also Kobbie, Mainoo, Lewandowski, and much more. Let's jump into it together. Let me start today's video, guys, by Miami, because Inter Miami have made an announcement today, and it's an important update. It's about strikers, because in the last few weeks we had several reports on strikers linked to the move to Inter Miami. Those reports were regarding different players. One of them was Timo Werner. I'm told that Timo Werner, former Chelsea striker, could end up in MLS, but not to Inter Miami. So this deal is not happening. Inter Miami were linked with the move also with Robert Lewandowski, but from what I'm hearing, this deal is not happening. Inter Miami were also linked with a move for Neymar Jr. I don't know what's going to happen with Neymar's future after the World Cup, but before the World Cup, the expectation is for Neymar Jr. To negotiate very soon a new contract with Santos. Santos are pushing to get the deal done with Neymar, and so the most likely solution for Neymar Jr. is to stay at Santos at least until the World Cup 2026 and then decide on his next moves. So this is the situation. Inter Miami have announced today that their striker for the new season after winning the MLS Cup with Leo Messi and his teammates in the last season is going to be Luis Suárez. Luis Suárez stays at the club. Luis Suárez signed a new deal until 2026, and so Lucho is staying at Inter Miami. No Lewandowski, no Timo Werner, Neymar Jr. for this transfer window, no. Neymar contract is expiring, but Santos are pushing to extend this deal. Then, guys, we move into Premier League updates, and we start from Manchester, because Bruno Fernandes released a very important interview, a very strong interview, I would say, in the recent days. An interview where Bruno made very clear that in his feeling, first of all, let me clarify one thing. The interview was released in the recent days, but was made with Bruno Fernandes in November. Doesn't change that much, because the content of the interview is still very strong, but was made in November, so it's not a fresh interview. But still very important, still very relevant, because Bruno said, I have a feeling that Manchester United wanted to let me go last summer, were prepared to let me leave last summer. I decided to stay because I love this club, I love Manchester United, and also because of the manager. What Bruno Fernandes says, guys, is quite powerful. He says, I have a feeling that the club were not desperate to keep me. It was the manager, Ruben Amorim, who really wanted me to stay. And it's 100% sure, I can guarantee that, Ruben Amorim wanted Bruno to stay. But Bruno says, from Man United, they were not that desperate. The feeling of Bruno Fernandes is that Man United were prepared to accept the proposal from Saudi Al Hilal for him. Bruno decided to say no, that's the reality. Many of you asking me, as one of the parts of this interview was also mentioning, if I will have to play in Saudi Arabia in the future, well, I will do it. So Bruno was not closing doors to a Saudi move in the future. He was also mentioning now, after many years in Europe, maybe the quality of my life in Saudi could be different. So Bruno was not closing the doors. What I can tell you, guys, is that from Saudi, trust me, 3 years ago, 2023 already, Bruno Fernandes was wanted as a top target, and he said no. 2024 wanted as a top target and said no. 2025 wanted as a top target, and he said no. So Bruno was always wanted by Saudi, and was always Bruno to stop that deal. Now, if you ask me what's going to happen in 2026, what I can say is that for January, the situation is more than quiet. So nothing is imminent, nothing is happening. For the summer transfer window, I would keep an eye on the interest from Saudi, because I think from Saudi they can return for Bruno Fernandes. Then it's going to be up to Bruno. It's going to be up to Man United again. Let's see what's going to happen before or after the World Cup. But I can guarantee, as I always tell you here on my channel, Bruno always been one of the targets for the Saudi deal makers. They will be back. Tony Rudiger, Mo Salah, several players always wanted. Bruno is one of them. So let's follow that situation. At the moment, it's not a topic for January, from what I'm hearing. The intention is not to part ways in January. Bruno is fully focused on Man United. He's showing his love for Man United, but in the summer in Saudi they will try again. So it's going to be up again to Bruno and to Manchester United. On Manchester United, guys, let me confirm that after what we saw after Man United Bournemouth, the brother of Kobbie Mainoo showing a shirt at Old Trafford, free Kobbie Mainoo, that was a powerful image as well, the desire of Kobbie Mainoo remains to go on loan in the January transfer window. Now, this depends on United, as I told you. I keep confirming my informations. Roma want Joshua Zirkzee, Napoli want Kobbie Mainoo. Napoli are prepared to push. Napoli want to make it happen. Napoli believe that Kobbie is a crucial target for their January transfer window, and what I'm hearing is that after Scott McTominay's success there, Rasmus Højlund is also doing quite well, Mainoo would be more than tempted by joining Napoli in the January transfer window. Now, this depends on Man United, on what Man United want to do. I can confirm once again that the player wants to play. So this is not about a permanent transfer, this is about a loan opportunity, but to play, to have regular game time. There is the World Cup. Kobbie started zero Premier League games this season, and so Kobbie is definitely open to that solution, open to that situation. Then it's going to be up to Manchester United and Ruben Amorim, together with the manager, to decide on Mainoo, on Joshua Zirkzee, several players traveling for the AFCON, so Man United are in a position where they will have a short squad if they let some players go, but the desire of Kobbie is quite honest. Let me play, let me develop, let me improve, let me have the chance to go to the World Cup. Eventually give me the chance to return to Man United as a better player in summer 2026. So this is the point of Mainoo. We will see what's going to happen in conversations, but I can insist on Napoli. Napoli want Mainoo and see Mainoo as a crucial target. To finish this video, guys, I wanted to mention Antoine Semenyo, because for Semenyo, the situation is really heating up these days. So, Tottenham are really interested in Semenyo, but this depends on what the player wants to do. But Tottenham have genuine interest in Semenyo. This week, again, Manchester United and Manchester City called to understand the situation of Semenyo. Between Monday and Tuesday, some calls took place from Man United and from Manchester City to understand the situation of Semenyo. £65 million release clause. So these three clubs all called. Liverpool already called in November, but Liverpool are now assessing what they want to do in January and also what's going to happen with Mo Salah before deciding on Semenyo. So the situation is really interesting. Many clubs into the race. Again, Tottenham are very aggressive on this one, but this depends on the player. Tottenham are very interested, but this depends on the player. Manchester City and Man United are in contact. Man United have an interest in the player, but they already invested important money on Matheus Cunha, on Bryan Mbeumo, so we have to see financially what they can do in terms of £65 million release clause from Bournemouth, but the final decision is with the player. More than money, more than financial fair play, is the player deciding here. City and United both called in the last 48 hours. Then Tottenham have been spending in the past few days a lot of time in trying to attack this situation for Semenyo, and then there is Liverpool in the background, interested since November, but again, this depends on what happens with Mo Salah and also on Liverpool financial intentions, because maybe they could have different priorities in January. And so guys, let me hear your thoughts on all these stories, from Bruno Fernandes to Semenyo, Mainoo, Lewandowski, and also Neymar Jr. Your opinion, guys, here in the comments. Like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon, every single day, here with Fabrizio. Ciao.